Hello, Mimi. So we are making a couple things. One is going to be my Instant Pot Charro Beans. And in here I have some bacon that I am frying up. And then we are making Instant Pot Carnitas. I will have a link to the carnitas, and I will post my recipe for the charro beans because I kind of have my own little thing and I don't really have a recipe. So anyways, my pork butt is in here. Pretty good sized pieces. Doesn't really matter. That we just want to kind of start getting browned. I am going to chop up some onion. Right. Clean this up really quick. All right. So for the carnitas, it doesn't have to be chopped small. Actually, not even really for the charro beans because we're going to pressure cook those and they're going to kind of disintegrate. So for the charro beans, I'm just going to chop them up kind of roughly. Like not too small, not too big. Just perfect. And throw those in there. It's about half of a large white onion. And then for our carnitas, check these guys real quick. Okay, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to take the other half and I'm just going to quarter it. Not really much you have to do. And then just throw that in. This is what that looks like. Anything amazing. And let's see. Alright, so I have that going. I already cooked up some ground beef. Another thing you can do is it was frozen, so I threw it in the Instant Pot with about a half a cup of water for about 20 minutes. And then no, actually, I take it back. I did 15. And then I just ground it all up after that on saute and let it kind of cook up. So let's see. I've got my onion and my bacon. We're going to add some garlic. Now, I don't really measure, so I'm going to kind of show you. You can adjust too. So I like to get these. These are pretty yummy. So, quite a bit. I think I finished it off. I think I finished it off. So anyways, that guy's gone. So, I got garlic. We have onion. We do chili powder. I mean, this is kind of up to you. Woo! That's why I do it in there first. So, you know, like the bottom of the cup full, just so you can't see it. You know, it's really not very much in the grand scheme of things. We're doing 3 cups of pinto beans in here. So, chili powder, salt, pepper, cumin for sure. Where is my cumin? Quite a bit of cumin. A little bit more than the other. So, see how I kind of just eyeball it. Like, it doesn't really have to. It's not that big of a deal. You know, you can adjust later on. Stir that up a little bit. Definitely getting some burnt on at the bottom. Okay. I usually add bell pepper. Don't have any, so I'm not doing that. And that's why this is like pretty awesome, because it doesn't really, not that big of a deal. So we're gonna do a jalapeno. He's a big one. So we're just gonna do one. If you do not have fresh canned, oh not canned, jarred pickled ones, those ones work well, as you don't have to use fresh. Okay. Roughly chopped. All right, just because I have got quite a bit of burnt at the bottom, I am going to add all my broth and everything before I add my meat, my ground beef, and my beans. What is it? 3 cups of pinto beans, 8 cups of water, 1 pound bacon, 1 pound ground beef. I add onion, garlic, bell pepper, cumin, chili powder, salt and pepper, which I've not done yet. Yeah, so 3 cups of pinto beans, 8 cups of water. So let's start with 2. See if I can get some of the bottom burnt on, because it will definitely read you burnt, and then it will stop and it won't even do anything. So kind of just use your spoon and just scrape it. All right, that's feeling much better. I had turned it off because it was cooking, burning a little bit. All right, so that was 2. 4. 6. And 8. Sometimes I like to add a little bit of Knorr, which I think I will, instead of like chicken broth or whatever. So a little bit of bouillon. There's 6 cups in there, so I mean technically you could do what, 6 tablespoons, but I'm only doing probably, well, let's do like 2 tablespoons, just to add a little bit of chicken flavor to that water. All right, so this is what we're looking like. Nothing exciting. Got your jalapenos and your onion and your bacon. I'm going to add some ground beef. I made quite a bit of it because I'm making also a recipe for my mom, so I'm only going to use a portion of it. So let's do, what is this? 3/4 cup. So 1.5 cups altogether. Okay, ground beef. Okay, so we've got our bacon, our ground beef, our onion, our garlic. Don't have any bell pepper. Cumin, chili powder, salt and pepper. Pink salt. Pink salt tends to get kind of clumpy and stick. All right, I probably about a teaspoon a piece for now. When it's done, you can definitely add more. So mix that up. I'm gonna add add my beans. These are dried beans. Add those to it. Give it a quick little stir, a little zhuzh. All right. And then this is when this part's done. Hit cancel. Move on. You're going to go, let's see. I don't even know because it's kind of backwards. Yeah, it's backwards. 45 minutes. So this one, we are going to do manual. 45. Some you have to hit pressure and 45 or whatever. And then we just leave it. Make sure it's sealed on the top, pushed away to seal. And then we just leave it. It's gonna do its thing. That's just the pork and the onion. Like nothing fancy is in there yet. Well, nothing really fancy goes in there. So, let's bring my recipe over here. All right. So I'm gonna need salt. I got 2 pounds of pork butt or shoulder. This is butt. 2 teaspoons of salt. It's about right. I can always adjust it. Well, I will adjust it later because it will need more. 1 teaspoon of cumin. Again, I don't measure. A teaspoon of dried oregano. Dried oregano. Oh, that one's got this sprinkler. All right. Whoops. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. Fun. I know, this is so much fun. I already have our white onion in there. It's going to need some garlic. Got a new one. So let's pull the tab. All right, what did it say? Like 3. So usually 1, 2, 3, but I like garlic, so I add a little bit more. 1 jalapeno dice. Not too small, because again, it's pressure cooking. So it's not gonna really matter. All right. 2 bay leaves. 2 bay leaves. Let's see. They never have good whole ones. Oh, that's a pretty good one. It's always like. That's all I usually add. No, that's. Fast for 2, I usually put 3. All right, so the juice of 2 limes and 1.5 cups of orange juice. Okay, let's cut you up. All right. So we're gonna juice our limes. Try and get as much of that out as we can. I swear my sink is like my catch-all. I usually have a bag, my garbage bag in there. And that's like my thing. That way at the end of the night, nothing smells in the house. It all goes out to the trash can. I mean, shoot, I'm paying 10 cents for the bags. So, okay, juice of 2 limes. And it says 1.5 cups of orange juice. So these are pretty good oranges from our tree. They look really juicy. So I'm gonna do 2 oranges. Broth probably is not as necessary just because there's already a lot going on in here. So what I'm going to do is, what is it, 1 cup? Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more nor. it's kind of going for the flavor. So 1 cup, 1 tablespoon. That's a little much. Okay. So I've got 2 pounds of pork shoulder or butt, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 white onion, roughly chopped. I did a half of a large. 3 garlic cloves minced, 1 jalapeno diced, 2 bay leaves, juice of 2 limes, 1.5 cups of orange juice, and a cup of broth, which I did not add in the broth. So let me show you. There's tons of broth in there. So I'm not going to add more. I don't really feel like it's necessary because, I mean, it's going to pressure cook. And so I don't think it's necessary. So that is basically it. We are going to, excuse me. We are going to 30 minutes. So we hit cancel. Put on our lid. Oops, hello. We're gonna push it, make sure it's unsealed. And this one is different than the other one. Pressure level. Actually, wait, where are we at? No, pressure cook, I'm sorry. Hello, pressure cook. It's already on high. We're gonna go to 30 minutes. So it's gonna cook on high pressure for 30 minutes. And then when it's done, we're gonna let it naturally release. We're not gonna pop it to vent. We're gonna let it naturally release for 20 minutes. And this digital clock will tell you how long it's been doing it for. 20 minutes. On our beans, it goes for 45 minutes high pressure and it goes for 35 minutes natural release. Once that's done, then we'll pop it up and we'll come back. Bye. Hey, so for fun, wasn't part of what I was gonna do, but I'll show you how this white girl makes Spanish rice. Probably not right. So I start with avocado oil. Get that going hot. Got jalapeno seed from the carnitas and the charro beans that are going on in the background. All right, so what am I making? Rice. So I just use this little cup that comes with your Instant Pot. Look at a mess. I usually do 3 cups of this, and I think this is a full cup. It is a little less than a full cup. So 3. All right. So my family's not real big on onion. I am, but nobody else is. So I don't put that in here. If I'm gonna make for a group, I will chop up some and I'll do that first with the oil and then I'll throw my rice in there. And then we're gonna kind of do this like how you would do pilaf. So we're gonna kind of toast it up. This is taking, fire would be amazing. So to this, I like to add salt, pepper, garlic, cumin, and a little bit of chili powder. All right, so we've got our rice going. I just want it to start looking more white, more opaque. A little bit of brown toastiness to it. You can add a little bit more avocado oil. You can add a little bit of butter to it. You can add lard. I like avocado oil. Do not add olive oil because it's got its own flavor to it. So get this going. All right, so I'll add a little bit of salt. This is pink Himalayan, so it's not as bad for you. It's much saltier. And pepper. And just shake it in there. For your salt, can't go back on salt, so take it easy. Showing a little bit of brown. But we're still toasting them up. All right. Gonna add some cumin again. I don't measure about that much. Remember, that's 3 cups of rice. That's chili powder. Again, not too much. Chili powder. Gonna stir that up a little bit. It's got some salt. It's got some pepper, some cumin, some chili powder. I like to add organic granulated garlic. This is quite a bit of that, actually. Probably a good tablespoon. All right, so that is starting to smell good. And the color is definitely changing. I moved you. All right, so still can't really see it, but anyways, we are overcooking now. All right, so I got that going. I'm gonna add my broth because we are super hot right now. So we added 3 cups of rice. So we're gonna add 6 cups of liquid. Doesn't all have to be chicken broth. This whole thing is gonna be 6. I can feel it at the halfway mark. All right. We're gonna stir that up a little bit. Remember, this is not authentic. This is white girl Spanish rice. So I do not use a lot of tomato paste, and when I open up a container, it seems to just go bad. I buy this, and this seems to do the job. I don't need a whole lot in it because I've added a lot of flavor already with the chili powder. This is kind of for the extra color. So I'd say, I don't know, probably about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more to your 3 cups. Ran out of that. We just want to add a little bit of the tomato flavor and change the color a bit. I also have tomato-based Nor bouillon that I've used also instead with my broth. So that works. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this guy to a good boil. You want it really to be rumbling. It's on high. Oh, there you go, he's starting. I'm gonna put my lid on. You really want it to start boiling. All right, so it's boiling pretty good. I'm not gonna lift my lid though because that is the rule. Once you get it, the bubbles are really starting to come, you're gonna drop your temperature down to low and you're gonna leave it alone. You're not gonna touch it, you're not gonna check it, you're not gonna nothing. When you come back to it and you see that there's no liquid, kind of peek in there, not by lifting the lid, but through your glass lid. Use a glass lid. And you can see the grain of rice. So you'll see that the white will start to kind of go away. It changes. I don't even know how to explain it, but it does. It definitely changes because we've kind of already cooked the rice a little bit by browning it. So it's gonna change. Once all the water is gone you still need to leave it. I mean, like, we're talking like 15-20 minutes after you've done this. You're just gonna leave it. You're not gonna touch it. It's gonna boil. It's gonna do its thing for quite a while, but all of that water is gonna be absorbed. You just wanna leave it alone. I say in about 15 minutes, I totally turn off the heat and I just completely leave it alone until dinner's ready. All right, so rice is looking good. Let's see here. That's hot. Holding this big old iPad with my hand, so excuse me for the wobbly. All right, rice is looking really good. That is done. Just gonna kind of pull it away, fluff it. I'll have some white. Oh, we're gonna spin. You just want to fluff it and kind of mix it up a little bit. Make sure all of it is, all the spices and everything. Ooh, it's spinning around. Ooh, those are my favorite right there. Little crunchy bits. Oh yeah, there's lots of it. Alright, so this is our rice. This is my version of Spanish rice. I know it's not authentic. Doesn't even have onion in it. One thing I did not put in is onion powder. Sometimes I'll do that just to kind of give me the flavor. Let me make sure the flavor is good. It's good. It needs a little bit of salt. Just add a little bit to it and kind of just mix it in while it's still nice and hot and moist, so it'll absorb it. That's it. Okay, so here we go. Beans are gonna go for a few more minutes. I did 45. I think 50 would have been better. Carnitas. Broiler is on high. So we're gonna pull out our meat. Pull out our meat and put it on a pan. And then there's quite a bit of fat. So as we're putting it in, we're gonna kind of just like smash it with our tongs. So just sprinkle some salt, quite a bit. Make sure you get it all there. Okay. Then we're gonna throw it under the broiler. Ooh. Let me see. There she is. Oh, you're not raised. Alright. There she goes. She only needs a couple minutes. Yeah, she's already going. So it's gonna get really, really crispy and crunchy, and like I said, we'll kind of zhuzh it up, throw it back underneath there. I just chip it every once in a while, just because it kind of snap, crackles, pops. So anyways, we'll be back when it's done. All right, might as well be real time. Beans letting out on the beans, and some asparagus, salt and pepper garlic. That is from the broiler. Oh yes. Should heal up a little bit. Kind of sweeten it. Mash it up. Nice. All right. Well, funsies. Check on beans. About to go down. All right. And then let's do this. There she is. Boom. Amazing.